What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Listen, I'm no intro, no anything. I'm just going to jump right into it because I want you guys to share this video to whoever you feel like needs this information. And so I want to make it as quick and succinct as possible. So earlier today, we had a members only tribe meeting. And even though it was not my intent to make it all about politics, that's what it ended up being. It was a really good conversation. But I think a lot of us were questioning some things, but we didn't really necessarily know what to do about it. So I did a little research and I want to share this with you. If you live in a red state, this is for the red state people. If you live in a red state or you have family and friends or friends that live in a red state, here's what you need to do. You need to go to your board of elections, board of whatever. You know these things go state by state. So whatever it is, the board of elections, the board people. Andrea, this is for you. Andrea, this is for you. Go to your board of elections. You have a right to get a copy of your ballot. You have a right to see a copy of your ballot. Go to your local board. Again, whatever the right terminology is. Request a copy of your ballot. You have to show photo ID. The photo ID should have valid information on there. Does it have to be the same address where you currently live? That ain't their business. It just has to be a valid address. If they ask to see a second government ID, it does not have to be a passport. It does not have to be a driver's license. It can be a credit card or a debit card from a bank that is a federally insured bank. So if it is a FDIC insured bank, you can use that as your second form of identification. You do not have to go all the way back home and get your driver's license or get your passport, okay? So, valid photo ID, and if they ask for a second ID or if your state requires one and you didn't bring anything else with you, you can use now you can't use your Cash App card. You should be able to use a Social Security card, lovely Nola, yes. I don't know that to be a fact. Look it up. Look up your state laws. I'm giving you the general. Tracy put a link in the chat. Copy that link down. Thank you, Tracy. They have 2 business weeks, not 2 calendar weeks. They have 2 business weeks to provide that information to you. If they say we're backed up or we're backlogged or we can't get that done, you have a right to file a lawsuit. So let me back it up a little bit. When you go down to wherever your local office is, your local precinct or what have you, and you ask for a copy of your ballot, you should have to fill out a form. You should have to fill out a form that basically you're attesting to yada, 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 boo, 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 whatever. They will stamp that form. They have 2 business days from the stamp on that document, not 2 business days from the election. 2 weeks, excuse me, 2 weeks. They have 2 weeks, business weeks, 18 days from the date that you requested your ballot. If you do not get it back within that legal window, you can then file a lawsuit. I know somebody's going to say, I don't have that kind of money. I can't be filing lawsuits. Go to your local ACLU office and they will do it for you pro bono. So I'm going to say it one more time because I want you guys, we talked about this earlier. Some of you guys were questioning the numbers. You said, hey, these numbers don't match. How did a state elect Donald Trump, but everything else in the state was Democrat? the Senate, the governor, everything else was Democrat, but the presidency was Donald Trump. Now, I am not saying that this is going to change anything. I'm not even saying that anything is wrong with your ballot. What I'm saying is, I think after that conversation earlier, a lot of people were feeling maybe helpless, questioning some things. So I'll say this one more time, and please, you guys, share this information with your circle. Earlier today, we were talking about our circles and who we have in our circle. Share this with your family, your friends, anybody that you know that's in a red state. Go to the, Tracy dropped some links in the chat. Grab those links. Go to your local office. Request a copy of your ballot. Fill out the paperwork. Make sure it's stamped. Make sure it has the proper date stamped on it. You have 2 business weeks. Well, they have 2 business weeks to give you a copy of your ballot. If you get your ballot back and it is not correct, then you file the grievance, whatever the appeal, the grievance, whatever language that your state uses, then you file the paperwork. If they give you any pushback, if they give you any issues or any problem, contact your local ACLU office. They will represent you pro bono, and if they can't do it, they will refer you to an agency that can. I am not saying that this will change anything. I am not saying that this is going to make anything. It may not even make you feel better. But for those people that were questioning and having some questions, here's the information that I'm sharing with you guys. Now, I am going to say this. If there are enough grievances filed, if there are enough people saying, wait a minute, my ballot is not correct because I voted for this person and my ballot is saying I voted for this person, or my ballot is saying I didn't vote at all for the president, but it shows that I voted for the senator, the congressman, the dog catcher, the you know what I mean? Like, make sure it matches. And again, if there's any question about, well, who did you vote for? How do we know you didn't vote? Most of us have shown on our social media, somehow, some way, most of us have shown what our intent was and who we were intended to vote for. I mean, most of us have. Not saying that you have to provide any sort of proof of who you voted for, because they're going to make you, part of the grievance is that you're signing an affidavit saying, I did not vote for this person. This is who I voted for. Like, you're going to have to sign a legal affidavit if it comes back and you'll have to file a legal grievance. But just know, most of us can show our social media or something like that. Unfortunately, I think we as a community have been played. My contact with the Latin community here in California today let me know they are all anti-immigrant. Also, we feel sorry for a cause. We feel sorry for a cause. I feel we have been conditioned to fight for the underdog, but the underdog don't want to fight for us. Yeah. So I didn't want to make this video long, you guys, only because I want y'all to be able to take this and pass the information on, and nobody's trying to sit through no 2-hour video. So it's under a 10-minute. This video is under 10 minutes. Please feel free to take it, edit it if you need to, share the information, but please check your local state guidelines, because that's a general guideline. Check what your local state guideline is. You guys can do it as early as Monday morning. And then, like I said, Tracy also dropped some links in the chat. Grab those links. That will give you further information as it relates to this issue. This is for the people in my red states. If you're in a blue state, child, don't waste your energy. It ain't nothing more they can do for you. If your state went blue, it went blue. But for the people who are in red states who have questions, pass it on. Okay? Y'all have a good day. Have a good Saturday, and I will talk to y'all later. Love y'all for real. Bye.